What's up, geeks? BassGeek here, and I want to talk to you about my favorite swim bait setup, my kind of 1-2 punch, man, especially for clear water. Now, it works in stained and dirty water too. You just got to change up colors a little bit. Hey guys, I do want to remind you that new long play videos come out every Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern and every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern. Man, I have been fishing swim baits like this right here, those 4 to 6 inch swim baits, those soft plastic swim baits for a long time, and I've got videos to prove it. I have caught a fish off of, I think, every lake I've ever been to on one of these. Now, the colors vary and the weights will vary, but we'll talk about all that in a minute. Okay, got to check my line, but canine is the best, not a single spot in that. I'm telling you, 15-pound test, if you're wondering, it helps keep it down. Now, guys, my little swim bait setup, this is the one that I was using this morning. Silver Smoke, it's 5-inch by Ramsey Baits. Make sure you go check him out. And it's a color that I had him make up for me. Now, this is a solid body, so it's really completely solid. There's no hook slot in it. There's nothing, so it's super durable, but it's also incredibly soft, and that's what I really like about it. Now, the silver, I kind of like it when it's a little lower light in the morning because it's a little more flashy, just like right when that sun's starting to get up. That's a great color. The other color is a ghost shad. Now, I say it's like a shadow in the water. It's literally just a little bit of black and a totally clear belly. A big component of my swim bait success really is the head. All heads are not created equal, and swim bait head really does matter. I'm telling you, this head gets me more bites, and I'll explain to you why. This is the ledge head, 1/2 ounce 6/0. This is my go-to. The reason why I think the ledge head swim bait head is way different than any others is because of the way it's designed. I mean, check out how all the weight really is to the bottom section right there. And then you guys have heard me say 100 times how much I really hate the small little springs that most companies put on their keepers. Well, check that out right there. That is a massive spring. You can see it really digs in and grabs hold of the sidewalls of baits like a Bastrix or a Shadowlicious or your Zoom swimmers, that really those small little springs just go straight through the center nose and only grabs hold of just a tiny, maybe 1/8 of an inch of plastic. I've literally casted those off hooks before. So if you're fishing something like a hollow body or a hollow belly, the great thing is this little arm. Now, it's not a keeper. Trust me, that spring is going to hold it on there. But what this does is it punches through the belly and clips on the hook, and it keeps your bait running true, running right. Because a lot of times the bait is going to tear behind the hook. Well, the big deal about this is you don't have to worry about it. It can tear from nose to tail, and that little arm's going to keep it running true. That's even true when it comes to the solid bodies like Ramsey. Now, the other great thing about this, that weight, it comes down under the nose, and when the tail gets to shaking, that weight is at a lower point on the swim bait, so it starts the nose to swing. So you get a nice little wobble to the nose, which creates secondary action. So I told you at the beginning of the video, I said a 1-2 punch. So a lot of times if I throw that bigger swim bait, I always start out throwing that bigger swim bait first when I find a school of fish, whether it be on a ledge, whether it be suspended with my new Garmin, whatever it is, I throw that first because I want to get the big bites. And a lot of times a bigger bait is as good as a reaction bait. It's going to get the big bites. So if they come up and they just hit it, or maybe they just follow it, then I come back with this. Now, sometimes I'll come back with a bigger one. If I think there's big baits, I will have a underspin by Ledge Head. This is Ledge Head's underspin. I'll have one of these on, and I'll have it in the 3/4 ounce size. And the cool thing about that is a lot of times that little bait, that little flash right there, also just gives a little extra oomph, and they'll come up and crush these things. All right, geeks, that is the down and dirty on the swim bait 1-2 punch that I enjoy during the summertime, and I catch a lot of my fish on. Now, I'm going to tell you, one of the things that you're going to need is a slow reel, 6 6'3" or slower, 6'5" or slower at best, and slow crank it. Weight size, that's a 1/2 ounce. If you're on current or you're fishing deeper than, let's say, 30 foot, then I would say 3/4 to an ounce right there. So be sure you keep it down, low, and slow. If you think you're going slow, you're not going slow enough. All right, I'll put all the setup information to the rods and reels that I use to throw these baits on. If you go out, man, use those links in the description. It is one of the best ways, other than watching consistently, to really help the channel out. Because I like to do a lot of giveaways. I like to give back to you guys, and I can't do that unless you guys help me out. And if you're going to buy from Tackle Warehouse, use my links. I mean, if you're going to buy it anyway. If not, I understand. It's cool. As always, guys, questions and comments in the comment section below. You guys know I love to talk about fishing with you. Go check out my playlist, my fish catching playlist. Go back through the summers. Man, you'll see this working a ton. I mean, you'll get a blue billion fish catches, I promise, of me on Swimbaits. Like it if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you ring that notification bell so that you get these notifications, guys. YouTube don't like us. YouTube don't like real fishing. Ask Mikey Balls. Hit those notifications. That way you don't miss an episode. As always, you guys rock.